to visit us, and they are there at the gallery. Let's welcome them with a round of applause. You are welcome to your parliament. We're happy to have you here. You may now have your seat. Thank you for coming.
Honorable Agbese. Honorable Gandhi, please.
Do we have trainee of RID there at the gallery? Trainee of RID, you may now rise. They have applied to observe plenary sections today, both at the Senate and the House. You're welcome to the Parliament. We're happy to have you here. Let's welcome them with a round of applause. Round of applause. Please have your seat, please. I have an announcement coming from Honorable Princess Chinwe Clara Nnabife. Notification of resignation from the Young Progressive Party and defection to the All Progressive Grand Alliance, APGA. I write to formally notify you and the honorable members of this esteemed house of my resignation from YPP with immediate effect. This decision has become necessary following my exclusion from the activities of the party in Anambra State, which has hindered my ability to effectively engage in the party's affairs and represent in the interests of my constituents through that platform. After extensive consultations with my constituents and political associates, I have resolved to align with the All Progressive Grand Alliance, APGA, which I believe provides a more inclusive and effective platform for the fulfillment of my legislative mandate and service to my people. In light of this, I kindly request that this notification be duly communicated to the House and recorded in this proceeding. Please accept the assurances of my highest regard. Honorable Princess Chinwe Clara Nnabife. You may now have your seat now, please. APGA leader is going to impress you. After that, you have your seat. If you are coming to APC, you would have come to have handshake with the speaker. But unfortunately, your party doesn't have a speaker. That is in the house. So let them hug you there and then you sit down. Thank you. Honorable colleagues, any member who has a petition to present to the House may please rise to do so. Yes, Deputy Spokesperson.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Distinguished honorable colleagues, my name is Honorable Chief Dr. Philip Agbese. I represent all Nigerians from the village of Aguila in Ado Opoko Badigo Federal Constituency of Benue State. Mr. Speaker, I have a petition from a group of young Nigerians registered under the auspices of Guardians of Democracy and Rule of Law. About 200 of them visited my office yesterday with this petition on the need to safeguard democracy in Benue and Zamfara State. Mr. Speaker, I do not intend to delve into the full details of the petition, but it will be good for members of the Parliament to have a brief synopsis of the issues that I received yesterday. These young Nigerian lawyers, numbering about 200, who visited my office yesterday, are alarmed at recent developments in Benue State, where 14 members of the Benue State House of Assembly were undemocratically, unjustly, and in the most uncivilized manner were pushed out of the Benue State House of Assembly in the name of suspension on the order of someone acting outside the chambers of the State Assembly. Mr. Speaker, it also happened recently in Zamfara State, where out of the 24 members of the Zamfara State House of Assembly, 10 members of that parliament were unjustly, undemocratically removed from the State Assembly, thereby hindering the full function of the...
Are you leading a debate?
So, Mr. Speaker, just a summary, the petition is directed to the Speaker and to the House, which I'm going to submit. But the essence of the petition...
Honorable Philip Abase, the subject matter of the petition, those who are petitioning, their prayers, and then you learn.
Okay, sir.
The motion.
Mr. Speaker, sir, the subject matter of the petition is for the House to look at this petition and invoke Section 11, subsection 4 of the 1999 Constitution as amended to take over the duties of the Zamfara State House of Assembly. So I crave your indulgence to permit me to lay the petition before the House, Mr. Speaker, sir.
The leave is hereby granted. You may now lay your petition.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Before I refer this petition, let me announce to the House that they have finally finished reviewing the vote and proceedings of Wednesday, 26 March 2025, and wish to consider it approved. Any other petition? No petition. This petition is referred to Committee on Public Petition. Is the Deputy Chief Whip in the House? Please, you may rise to present your matter of urgent public importance.
Thank you very much. Our own highly cerebral Speaker of the 10th Assembly, distinguished honorable colleagues, I'm Right Honorable Dr. Ibrahim Ayokunle Isiaka. I speak for the entire Nigerians, as my speaker will always say, but I have a root I am from Ifo Ewekoro Federal Constituency, and I'm so lucky to come from the state that is the fastest growing one in Nigeria, Ogun State, economically. Mr. Speaker, I rise to seek under your able leadership that allow me to move that we suspend our rules to enable me take this matter of urgent national importance on the seemingly protracted issue on the need to urgently address the withholding of bar results and backlog of students awaiting call to the bar. Mr. Speaker, I so move. Mr. Speaker, sir.
Thank you very much. Any seconder to the first leg of the motion? Yes. Taufik.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, my leaders and fellow colleagues. My name is Honorable Taufik Abimbola Ajilesoro. I represent the good people of Ife Federal Constituency in Osun State. Mr. Speaker, I'm from this source. I rise to second the first leg of the motions. That the motion is important for us to take now while we step down our rule. I so move, Mr. Speaker. As a second, Mr. Speaker.
Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The second leg of the motion, any seconder? Yes, sir.
Mr. Speaker, sir, honorable colleagues, I am Lawan Shetima Ali, representing the good people of Bursari, Gaidam Ministry Affairs Constituency. I'm from Yobe State, sir. I rise to second the second leg of the motion as ably moved by my colleague. I so second, sir.
Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The floor is yours now, Honorable Siaga.
Once again, thank you very much, my own speaker. Distinguished honorable colleagues, under our leadership and by the cooperation and support of my very good honorable colleagues, I rise to move this motion. The House notes the Council of Legal Education, the statutory body responsible for conducting Bar Part 2 examination in Nigeria, but currently withholding the results of over 6,000 students, which has grave implications for our legal system and the future of our aspiring lawyers. Concerned that the ongoing withholding of the bar examination results and the backlog of students awaiting their call to the bar are not merely an administrative issue. It is a humanitarian crisis that demands our immediate attention and action as a House. Distinguished honorable colleagues, the House is worried that over the past several months, we have witnessed an alarming trend in the legal education system. Since November 2024, not less than 3 students, that is Mr. Sunday Nwaham on 22/03/2025, Mrs. Ogundipe on 17/02/2025, that were eagerly awaiting their bar results have tragically passed away. Their dreams of practicing law extinguished before they could even receive the recognition they deserved. This is not an isolated incident. It is a reflection of the profound stress and uncertainty that countless students face as they await their futures. Aware that we must not overlook the fact that many elderly individuals, some aged between 70 and 80 years, have dedicated their lives to the pursuit of legal education, motivated by a passion for justice and a desire to serve their communities. These individuals, too, are caught in this bureaucratic limbo. Their hopes and aspirations hanging in the balance. Also aware that our legal system thrives on the principles of justice and fairness, we have a duty to uphold these values, not only in courts, but but also in the very institutions that train our future lawyers. The current situation is a disservice to those who have dedicated themselves to the pursuit of justice and to the rule of law. Let us come as a house to address this urgent matter with the seriousness it deserves. The time for action is now, and we owe it to the aspiring lawyers, the families who support them, and our nation as a whole to rectify this ugly situation. The House hereby resolves to mandate the House committees on justice and judiciary to wit, persuade the Council of Legal Education and the Nigerian Law School to immediately release all outstanding bar results, because the delays in this process are unacceptable and contribute unnecessary suffering among aspiring lawyers and their families. 2, encourage the Council of Legal Education to streamline the call to bar process by establishing a clear and efficient process for calling students to the bar in order to prioritize those who have already completed their education and are ready to contribute to our legal system. Urge the creation of support programs for those affected by these delays, including mental health, resources, and counseling services. The psychological toll of this uncertainty cannot be understated. And lastly, the House to ensure that the bodies responsible for the administration of bar examinations are held accountable for their actions. Transparency in this process will help rebuild trust among students and the public. Mr. Speaker, distinguished honorable colleagues, I so moved and submitted for consideration of the House. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much. Any second to this motion? Amendment?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleagues. Olumide Oshoba, representing Abeokuta North, Obafemi Owode, and Rera Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, let me first of all commend the mover of this motion, but my amendment goes thus. The Judiciary Committee has nothing to do with this. The House Committee on Justice solely oversights the Council of Legal Education, and we can replace the Judiciary Committee with legislative compliance as our rules always dictate. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any second to this amendment? Yes, Tijani. Let me also use this opportunity to announce to the House that today is Honorable Tijani Kayode Ishmael's birthday. He's representing a fellow Don of Oyun Federal Constituency of Kwara State, a strong member of this House. Happy birthday to you. We are proud of the work you are doing for your constituency, and we have the support of the Parliament. We wish you long life and prosperity. The floor is yours to second.
Thank you, Your Excellency, Mr. Speaker. I remit to Tijani Kayode Ismail. Thanks for the commendation and thanks for the prayers and the support of the leadership. I remit to Tijani Kayode Ismail. I rise to second this motion. The amendment heavily moved by my senior ranking colleagues, Honorable Olumide Oshoba. I so second.
Thank you. I think they should do something about the microphone of the members so that we'll be able to hear them from here. But the motion for amendment has been moved. This has been seconded by Tijani in support of Honorable Oshoba. I put the question, those in support of this amendment say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Then I put the question, those in support of the motion, you have another amendment? Any amendment to the real motion? None. Those in support of this motion as amended, say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. This motion is referred to Committee of the House on Justice. And also legislative compliance, please. Is Honorable Victor Abang in the House? If you are, please quickly move your motion of urgent public importance.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My distinguished colleagues, My name is Victor Abang. I represent the people of Ikom and Boki in Cross River State.
Please, let's speak into the mic so that they can hear, or the technicians increase the mic so that we hear them.
Mr. Speaker, I seek your leave to suspend our rules to take this motion on the need to establish a unified checkpoint on the Ikom-Cameroon border road. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Any seconder to the first leg of the motion? That is urgent. You've been raising your hand, let's have you. Sulem. Yes. Abang, turn off your microphone so that others can speak.
Thank you, Your Excellency, Mr. Speaker, sir, distinguished parliamentarians. My name is Honorable Mohammed Ang Abbashehu, member representing Zaki Federal Constituency. I'm from Bauchi State. I stand to second the motion heavily moved by my colleague that this motion is very urgent enough to be taken. I so second, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you. Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The second leg of the motion, yes, all the way back.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My name is Honorable Mudashiru Lukman Alani, speaking for the good people of Iwo Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Osun State. I rise this morning to second the second leg of the motion. I so second. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The floor is yours, Mr. Honorable Victor Abang, but make it quick, please.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Once again, I'm Victor Abang, the representative of Ikom Boki in Cross River State. This motion is on the need to establish a unified checkpoint on the Ikom-Cameroon border road. Note that there is a growing security concern along the Ikom-Cameroon border corridor of the Trans-African Highway, where Nigerian security agencies continue to operate multiple checkpoints contravening Article 12 of the African Charter of Human and People's Rights, which guarantees the right to freedom of movement and residence, as well as the 1979 ECOWAS Protocol on Free Movement of Persons and Economic Activities. Further note that these checkpoints, numbering almost 19 within a 14-kilometer stretch from Ikom to Mfum, have become a major source of hardship for citizens and traders, causing unnecessary delays and economic strain. Also note that the congestion caused by these multiple checkpoints frequently leads to traffic gridlock, highlighting tensions between security personnel and civilians, and in some instances resulting in loss of life. Aware that Section 14 sub 2b of the Nigerian Constitution affirms that the security and welfare of the people are the primary responsibility of government, it is incumbent on security agencies to uphold this constitutional mandate while safeguarding lives and property. However, in carrying out these duties, they must do so in a manner that ensures that the well-being and convenience of the citizens are they swore to protect. Worried that these multiple checkpoints are not streamlined and proper order restored, a major crisis could erupt in the border region. Concerned that failure to address this pressing security challenge could escalate tensions and create further instability in the region. Prayers, all the ministries of Interior and Police Affairs to take immediate steps to address the situation, all the Office of the National Security Advisor to implement urgent measures for the unification and proper management of border security operations along the Ikom-Cameroon corridor. Finally, mandate the Committee on Interior, Customs, Police Affairs, and National Security to ensure compliance. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Any seconder? Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. distinguished honorable colleagues, Omorili Murphy Osaro is my name, representing all the people of Ego, Ikubaka Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I rise to second the motion as moved by my colleagues. I so second.
Thank you very much. I think it's straightforward. I just put the question. Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. This motion is referred to Committee on Police Affairs, Interior, Committee on Custom, as well as National Security Intelligence. Can we have Honorable Rotimi, the spokesperson of the House, if he's in the House, to move his motion?
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker, and my distinguished predecessor in the office of the spokesperson. My name is Akitunde Rotimi Jr. I represent the good people of Ekiti North 1 Federal Constituency, which comprises the Ikole and Oye local government. Mr. Speaker, I rise to seek the leave of the House on the strength of Order 8, Rule 5, the relevant provisions to suspend rules to allow for one more motion of urgent national importance to be taken. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Any second then to the first leg? Yes, please.
Good afternoon, Honorable Speaker and fellow colleagues. My name is Honorable Engineer Dominic Ifeanyi-Chukwukafo, representing the good people of Agata Federal Constituency, including the performing governor of that state. I stand this morning to second the motion that this matter is very urgent to be heard now, that we should set aside all the necessary rules so that we can hear it. I so second, my Speaker.
Mr. Speaker.
I didn't hear you well. Did you say you want to set aside?
Yes, I did say that we should set aside all necessary rules of the House to enable us to hear this very urgent motion that my honorable colleague has moved.
Okay, those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The second leg of the motion? Yes. At the back, yes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. My respected colleagues, my name is Engineer Aderemi Abbas Hosseini. I am from Oyo State. Mr. Speaker, I rise to second the motion as raised by my colleague that the motion is urgent enough to be heard. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The floor is yours now. Rotimi.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker. I'll be very brief. The subject of this motion of urgent public importance is on the need for the immediate federal intervention.
Please, Minority Leader, approach the chair. Leader, please.
To address the devastating impact of recent rainstorms on lives and property in Ekiti North 1, Ikole-Oye Federal Constituency. The House notes with deep concern the devastating rainstorms that have recently ravaged multiple communities in Ekiti North 1, Ikole-Oye Federal Constituency, causing widespread destruction to homes, businesses, public infrastructure, and farmlands. Also notes that the violent storms have left many families displaced, destroyed sources of livelihood, and severely disrupted economic and social activities in the affected communities. The House is disturbed that the scale of destruction has overwhelmed local coping mechanisms, leaving residents in urgent need of relief, temporary shelter, and essential supplies. The House is worried that if immediate intervention is not provided, the affected communities may face worsening humanitarian conditions, including health hazards, food insecurity, and increased vulnerability to further environmental threats. The House recognizes the urgent need for coordinated federal intervention to provide emergency relief, restore critical infrastructure, and support affected residents in rebuilding their lives. Mr. Speaker, my prayers are as follows. that the House urges the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, to urgently assess the extent of the damage and deploy immediate relief materials, including food, shelter, and medical supplies to the affected communities. The House calls on the Federal Ministries of Works, as well as the Ministry of Housing and Urban Development, to collaborate with relevant state and local government agencies to expedite reconstruction and repair of damaged infrastructure, including roads, schools, and other public facilities. The House urges the Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation to provide emergency response mechanisms to support displaced persons and provide long-term recovery assistance for affected families. Lastly, Mr. Speaker, the House mandates the House Committee on Legislative Compliance to monitor the implementation of the resolutions of the House and report back within 4 weeks. Mr. Speaker, I so move.
Thank you. Any seconder for this? Abbas, you want a second spokesperson? But you've spoken before.
Honorable Chikafi, please.
Please,
just hold on, sir.
Please, Honorable Obiagocha, second.
The Right Honorable Speaker, my distinguished colleagues, Mr. Speaker, my name is Right Honorable Obi Agocha. I represent the great people of Iguano, Omaha North and Omaha South Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I rise to second the motion ably moved by my colleague, the spokesman of the 10th House of Representatives. Mr. Speaker, I so second.
Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. This motion is referred to Committee on NEMA, Works, as well as Humanitarian and Poverty Alleviation, not excluding legislative compliance. Having done 3 motions, may I request that the leader, that you move that we suspend the rules and take 2 more.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm Professor Julius Ihonvere, ON, DSSRS, and I come from one federal constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Edo State. I rise to move that the House do suspend the relevant rules to enable us to take 2 more matters of urgent public importance. I so move.
Please, Minority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, I rise to second the motion as moved by the House Leader. I so second.
Those in support of the motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The floor is yours, Honorable Tijani Kayode Ishmael, the birthday boy. Make it as brief as possible for your motion on urgent public importance.
Thank you, Your Excellency, Mr. Speaker. I remain Tijani Kayode Ismail. I'm from Kwara State, representing the Ifeludu of our Onyu Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I crave the indulgence of the Honorable House to suspend the relevant rules to allow me to take my motion. I so.
Take motion on what?
On urgent need to investigate excessive use of explosive by Zebaseed Quarry in FCT Abuja.
You're confusing me. Thank you very much. Those in support, any seconder to this motion? The first leg, please. Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Distinguished honorable colleagues, my name is Honorable Eugene Okechukwu Dibiagu. I represent the very good people of Hajebe, Mauguta, and Oru West. Mr. Speaker, I rise this morning to second the motion as ably moved by my colleague. I so second.
Thank you very much. Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The second leg of the motion, yes, Baba.
Much Honorable Speaker. My name is Honorable Isa Muhammad Anka. I stand before the Parliament to second the second leg of the motion, heavily moved by my brother, Honorable Tijani from Kwara State. I so second.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The floor is yours, Tijani.
Thank you, Your Excellency, Mr. Speaker. I remain Tijani Kayode Ismail, representing Ifelodun of Oyun Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Kwara State. The House notes that Zebasit Quarry, located along Arab Road in Kubwa, Abuja, has been operating with significant negative impact on the surrounding
Please speak closer to the microphone.
on the surrounding communities, particularly in relation to degradation of houses, building, and other infrastructural decay. Aware that the persistent detonation of explosive from the quarry has led to serious noise pollution, resulting in auditory impairment, respiratory health issues, psychological distress, especially among children and elderly residents. Concern that continuous ground vibration from the quarry explosive have weakened buildings, infrastructures in the area, creating the potential for structural collapse, severe property damage, endangering lives. Further concern that heavy-duty truck transporting material from the quarry have deteriorated the road, leading to increased vehicular accidents, economic losses, and mobility challenges for the residents. Recognizing that the activities contravene provision of the law, the Nigerian Mineral and Mining Act 2007, which prohibits mining operations that endanger human life, property, and the environment. The environmental impact assessment, which mandates that any industrial activity likely to affect public, among other, must undergo proper and relevant assessment and mitigation planning. Alarm, despite clear violation of environmental and public law, no substantial regulatory action has been taken on the affected residents. Resolve, direct the Committee on Solid Mineral to recommend immediate suspension of Zebra-C operation if found culprit of this violation. Mandate the Committee on Solid Mineral to summon the management of Zebra-C Quarry, Federal Ministry of Mines and Steel, and other relevant agency for an investigative hearing to assess the extent of the damage in their operation, among others. Mandate the Committee of Legislative Compliance to ensure compliance. Also, mandate the quarry, Zebra-C Quarry to commence urgent rehabilitation of the road damaged by their operation to restore mobility for the residents. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Any seconder to this motion? Billy.
Thank you, the Speaker. My honorable colleagues, I remain Honorable Chief Dr. Billy Famous Adesowa Sawaru. I represent the good people of Oriomo Ode Federal Constituency of Edo State, a very proud Benin chief. Mr. Speaker, I rise to second this motion, ably moved by Right Honorable Tijani. I so second, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. I think it's a straightforward motion. You have something to add, Honorable Abiante? Please, the floor is yours before I put the question.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. Awaji Nombek Dagomi Abiante, and then your people in Kwara Federal Constituency, Mr. Speaker. Speaker, so that we don't keep coming every day to seek authorization to look at the impacts of the various quarries or the mining sites. I know it's the statutory responsibility of the committee. How far they have gone, we do not know. So rather than being specific to this site, we should mandate the committee to do a holistic assessment of all quarries and mining sites. Because if you do this today, tomorrow another person will come for something maybe similar or much more dangerous. I will not want a situation where we already have in the Niger Delta to be replicated in other areas because we have to source for funds for this country. Thank you very much. My amendment is simple. Mandate the committee to do a comprehensive review of all impact assessment for mining sites and quarry sites. Thank you.
Any seconder to this motion? Yes, sir. Seconder to the amendment.
Thank you, my Honorable Speaker, distinguished colleagues. My name is Honorable Dixon Taki Owen. I represent Makurdi Goma Federal Constituency. I'm from Benue State. I rise this morning to second the amendment as heavily moved by my colleague from Rivers.
Thank you. I'll just put the question. Those in support of this amendment say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. That's a very good contribution, Honorable Abiante. Very good, very good, very good. To widen the scope of the operation of the committee beyond this specific incident, so that anybody who has any concern, let them write to the committee, and then they will be included on the list, so that we don't see a lot of motions on the same issue. That's a holistic way of curing the problem. So I put the question, those in support of the motion as amended, say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. This motion is referred to Committee of the House on Solid Minerals, as well as legislative compliance. The next motion is coming from Honorable Waloke. Please, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, my leaders and colleagues. My name is Oluwole Oke. I'm from Ijesha North. Mr. Speaker, I have a matter of urgent public importance, and I want to plead and seek your leave that this matter be considered as such. It borrowed on loss of trillions of naira, based on abuse of fiscal policies, evasion of taxes, which we need to rise up to and curb now. So I seek the leave of this House that the matter be considered as a matter of urgent public importance. Furthermore, to seek to apply that extant relevant rules of the House be set aside for this matter to be taken as such. I so plead, Mr. Speaker.
Any seconder to that motion? Yes, please.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I remain Honorable Engineer Emeka Idu G. I represent the cosmopolitan and commercial city of Onitsha. Mr. Speaker, I rise to second the motion ably moved by my colleague. I so second, Mr. Speaker.
Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The second leg of the motion, yes, sir.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Honorable members, my name is Kwamoti Bitrus Laori. I speak for the people of Jamsa Numa Lamude Federal Constituency. I rise to second the second leg of the motion, that this motion be taken now. As a second. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The floor is yours now, Honorable Waloke, but please make it as quick as possible, as clear as possible.
Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, the House notes that it is within the ambit of the powers of the federal government to exercise executive and legislative jurisdiction over items in the exclusive legislative list as detailed in the second schedule to the Constitution. Items like taxation of incomes, profits, capital gains, export, imports, and exclusively within the control of the federal government. Further notes that in line with the above, the federal government of Nigeria exercised monetary and fiscal controls over the economy to stabilize both micro and macro economic conditions and fundamentals. Some of the tools available to monetary and fiscal policy authorities to tinker with the economy and stimulate economic activities in some sectors of the economy are tax waivers, tax breaks, tax exemptions, tax incentives. Hence, the government needs to attract investments and activities in a sector of the economy. It grants incentives in that sector. Recalls, Mr. Speaker, that historically, the federal government had issued policy documents in line with fiscal goals and strategy. For example, the annual issuance for the fiscal policy measures by the Ministry of Finance, the periodic issuance of the value-added tax modification order, etc. Some of these policies, Mr. Speaker, interventions had been effective in the past in achieving part of its objectives. Note that available data also shows that while the federal government has good intentions, these practices had continued to create a major black hole in the purse of the government of the Federation. These losses are occasioned and driven primarily by abuses by companies that have been granted tax-based waivers and incentives. Further note, Mr. Speaker, that based on available data, Nigeria continues to lose about 8 trillion naira annually to tax incentives and waivers. About 6 trillion is lost to companies that abuse the system, while 2 trillion worth of waivers achieves the objectives of the federal government. Most of the abuses arise from fiscal items like capital allowances, investment allowances, pioneer status incentives, free trade zone exemptions, value-added tax exemptions, etc. Observes that these gaps have negatively affected the tax to GDP ratio of Nigeria, which stands at 10.6%. Being one of the lowest in Africa, the gap created, Mr. Speaker, in the revenue profile of the government of the Federation has also contributed to the federal government seeking loans, grants, and aids to fund our budget deficit. Concerned thereof, that if urgent steps are not taken to investigate this situation, Mr. Speaker, Nigeria may not only be hanging on fiscal cliff, it may fall off the cliff and be heading to Venezuela, which is a situation where a country has huge resources, but is in deep economic crisis, recession, and depression. Results thereof, Mr. Speaker, that this House that will mandate the House Committee on Finance, House Committees on Finance, Industry, and Commerce to investigate the above allegations and report back to the House within a period of 4 weeks. I so move.
Thank you very much. Any seconder to this? Yield, please. Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My dear honorable colleagues. Mohammed Umar Bia is my name. I speak for the people of Baruchin and Kayama Federal Constituency. I come from Kwara State. Mr. Speaker, I rise to second the motion as moved by my friend, Honorable Wale Oke. I so second, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. It's a straightforward motion, so we just put the question. Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. This motion is referred to Committee on Finance, Industry, and Commerce. Honorable colleagues, the next order of the day is a motion on rescission of the resolution of the House on House Bills 1164, 1165, which was a repetition of 1164, and then 2120. Pursuant to Order 9, Rule 16 of the Standing Orders of the House of Representatives. This is standing in the name of Honorable Julius Ihonvere, House Leader. House Leader is invited to move the motion.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Again, I am Professor Julius Ihonvere, OON, DSSRS. I'm from Edo State, representing Owan Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I rise to move for a rescission of the resolution of the House on HBs 1664 and 2120, pursuant to Order 9, Rule 16 of the Standing Orders of the House of Representatives. That the House do note that the debate on the general principles of the underlisted constitutional alteration bills were debated and referred to the Committee on Constitutional Review for further legislation. That is 1, a bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended to qualify the immunity conferred on the President, remove the immunity conferred on the Vice President, the governors, and their deputies in order to curb corruption, eradicate impunity, and enhance accountability in public office and for related matters, HB 1664. And the other is a bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to review the penalties for certain capital offenses in alignment with relevant international best practices and for related matters, HB 2120. The first bill is under Honorable Solomon T. Bob, and the other bill is under Honorable Benjamin Okezi and 6 others. We're aware that the provisions of the bills require that the House will take a second look at it, and cognizant of the need to rescind these bills, we resolve that these bills be rescinded by this House and subject to debate when we resume. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Leader. Minority Leader, please, can you second?
Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, I rise to second the motion for rescission of the 3 bills I so second.
Thank you. Those in support of this rescission motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. What it means is that we have taken back our step on these 2 issues that needed more debate on capital punishment as well as immunity. It's something that we have to debate later on in more detailed form. And I thank you for your understanding, the sponsors of the bill. They also understood that for now, we'll keep it until we debate later on in a more thorough, comprehensive form. Thank you. Honorable colleagues, the first business of the day is presentation of 7 bills, and I invite clerk to read their short titles.
Right Honorable Speaker, honorable members, Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 6 Alteration Bill 2025 first reading. Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 6 Alteration Bill 2025 first reading. Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 6 Alteration Bill 2025 first reading. Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 6 Alteration Bill 2025 first reading. Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 Alteration Bill 2025 first reading. Federal Medical Centers Act Amendment Bill 2025 first reading. Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 6 Alteration Bill 2025 first reading.
The first order of the day is the third reading of a bill for an act to amend the Federal University of Agriculture Act, CAB F22, Laws of Federation of Nigeria, 2004, to make provision for the establishment of Federal University of Agriculture and Technology, Obiakpa, Orukanam, Akwa Ibom State, and for related matters, standing in honor of Honorable Julius Ihomber. Honorable members will record that the House adopted a report of the Committee of the Whole on the bill on Tuesday, 25th March 2025. I will not invite the leader at the moment. I will invite him at the end of the sixth order to enable him to do all of them at the same time. The second order, I will invite you later, leader. Okay. The second order of the day is the third reading of a bill for an act to amend the Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria, Act CAB 812, Laws of Federation of Nigeria, 2004, as amended to make provision for the establishment of Federal College of Agriculture and Animal Husbandry, Telase, Gombe State, and for related matters, standing in the name of Honorable Julius Ihomber. The members will recall that the House adopted a report of the Committee of the Whole on the bill on Wednesday, 26 March 2025.
Honorable Agbese, Honorable Adegbesson, please let's dissolve this mini parliament.
The third order of the day is the third reading of a bill for an act to amend the Federal University of Agriculture Act CAB F22 Laws of Federation of Nigeria 2004 to make provision for the establishment of Federal University of Agriculture and Technology, Okeho, Oyo State, and for related matters. Standing in the name of Honorable Julius Ihomber, honorable members will recall that the bill was adopted and the report adopted from the Committee of the Whole on Wednesday, 26 March 2025. The fourth order of the day is the third reading of a bill for an act to establish the Federal University of Science and Technology, Cabo, Kano State, to make provision for its due management and administration and for related matters. Standing in the name of Honorable Julius Ihomber, honorable members will recall that the House adopted a report of the Committee of the Whole on the bill on Wednesday, 26 March 2025. The fifth order of the day is the third reading of a bill for an act to establish National Institute for Cardiovascular Disease Research and Treatment, Kano State, to provide treatment and research for cardiovascular cases and for related matters. Standing in the name of Honorable Julius Ihomber, the members will recall that the House adopted the report of the Committee of the Whole on the bill on Wednesday, 26 March 2025. The sixth order of the day is the third reading of a bill for an act to establish Federal University of Kigwe, Imo State, to make comprehensive provision for its due management, administration, and for related matters. Standing in the name of Honorable Julius Ihomber, members will recall that the House adopted a report of the Committee of the Whole on the bill on Wednesday, 25th March 2025. I therefore call on the House Leader to move that this sixth bill be now read the third time. Honorable Julius Ihomber, please.
Thank you, the great speaker. I am Professor Julius Ihomber. I rise to move that the following bills clearly enunciated by the speaker be read a third time. SB 675, SB 297, SB 720, SB 691, and HB 868, and one more, SB 396 be read a third time. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Minority Leader, please second.
Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, I rise to second the motion for the third reading of the listed bills, mainly Senate bills. I say this for emphasis: SB 675, SB 297, SB 720, SB 691, House Bill 868, and Senate Bill 396. I so second.
Those in support of this motion say aye. Those in support of the motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Clerk, you may now read the long title of the bills.
Right Honorable Speaker, honorable members. A bill for an act to amend the Federal Universities of Agriculture Act F22 laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2004 to make provision for the establishment of Federal University of Agriculture and Technology, Obiopa, Orukanam, Akwa Ibom State, and for related matters. Third reading. A bill for an act to amend the Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria Act 812 laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2004 as amended to make provision for the establishment of Federal College of Agriculture and Animal Husbandry, Talase, Gombe State, and for related matters. Third reading. A bill for an act to amend the Federal Universities of Agriculture Act F22 laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2004 to make provision for the establishment of Federal University of Agriculture and Technology, Okeho, Oyo State, and for related matters. Third reading. A bill for an act to establish the Federal University of Science and Technology, Cabo, Kano State, to make provision for its due management and administration and for related matters. Third reading. A bill for an act to establish National Institute for Cardiovascular Disease Research and Treatment, Kano State, to provide treatment and research for cardiovascular cases and for related matters. Third reading. A bill for an act to establish Federal University Okigwe, Imo State, to make comprehensive provision for its due management, administration, and for related matters. Third reading.
SB 675 read the third time and passed. SB 297 read the third time and passed. SB 720 read the third time and passed. SB 691 read the third time and passed. HB 868 read third time and passed. SB 396 read third time and passed. The seventh order of the day is commencement of debate on the general principle of a bill for an act to provide for the establishment of Federal University of Education, Zaria. And for related matters, standing in the name of Honorable Abbas Tajuddin and Honorable Yusuf Adamugade. Members will recall that the bill was read the first time Wednesday 26, 2025, and I invite Honorable Gade to move that it be read the second time.
Mr. Speaker, honorable members, my name is Yusuf Adamugade. I represent Panshinkanke Kanam Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Plateau State. I rise, Mr. Speaker, to move that a bill for an act to provide for the establishment of Federal University of Education, Zaria, for the promotion, development of teacher education, to make comprehensive provision for management and administration of university and for related matter be read the second time. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Gadi. Any seconder? Yes, let me go here. Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
No, not you.
Thank you, Your Excellency, the Speaker. Honorable colleagues, my name is Solomon Wombo. I represent the people of Kasnala, Okum, Logo Federal Constituency. I am from Benue State. Your Excellency, I rise to second the bill number HB 2229 be read a second time. I so second.
Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. This is an establishment bill. I don't think we need any synopsis on this. So I'll just put the question. Those in support of the motion that this bill be read the second time say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. This bill is referred to committee. Yes, please, clerk, read the short title of the bill, please.
Right, Honorable Speaker, Honorable
The long
members,
title, please.
A bill for an act to provide for the establishment of Federal University of Education Zaria for the promotion and development of teachers' education, make comprehensive provision for management and administration of the university and for related matters. Second reading.
Thank you very much. The bill is referred to the Committee on University Education. The eighth order of the day is commencement of debate on the general principle of a bill for an act to provide for the establishment of the Yusuf Maitama Sule Federal University of Education, Kano, for related matters, standing in the names of Honorable Abbas Tajuddin and Honorable Issa Bello Ambarura. Honorable members will recall that the bill was read the first time on the 6th March 2025, and I invite Honorable Ambarura to move that the bill be now read the second time.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Distinguished colleagues, I am Honorable Bello Issa Ambarura. I represent Lela Angoraba Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I am from Sokoto State, the seat of the Caliphate. Mr. Speaker, I rise up to read a bill for an act to provide for the establishment of the Yusuf Maitama Sule Federal University of Education, Kano, for the promotion and development of teachers' education, made comprehensive provision for management and administration of the university and for related matters, HB 2232, to be read for the second time. I so submit, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Honorable Amobioga, second. Second.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My honorable colleagues, my name remains Honorable Amobi Godwin Oga. I represent Nigerians through the good people of Isukwato and Omunochi Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Abia State. I rise this morning to second the motion ably moved by my colleague. Thank you.
Thank you again. This is an establishment bill. I'll just put the question. Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Please, clerk, the long title.
Right, Honorable Speaker, honorable members. A bill for an act to provide for establishment of federal, to provide for the establishment of the Yusuf Maitama Sule Federal University of Education, Kano, for the promotion and development of teachers' education, make comprehensive provision for management and administration of the university and for related matters. Second reading.
Thank you. This bill is referred to Committee on the University Education. The ninth order of the day is commencement of debate on the general principle of the bill for an act to establish the Avani Koku Federal University of Education, IMO for the promotion and development of teachers' education, make comprehensive provision for management and administration of the university and for related matters, standing on the name, in the names of Honorable Abbas Tajuddin and Honorable Ika Wonu Ugochini. Honorable members will recall that the bill was read the first time Wednesday, 26 March 2025, and I invite Honorable Ika Wonu to move that the bill be now read the second time.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Distinguished honorable colleagues, my name is Ikenga Imo Ugochinyere. I represent the good people of Idaho North, Idaho South Federal Constituency. I'm from Imo State. Mr. Speaker, I rise to move that the bill for an act to establish the Avanikoku Federal University of Education, Owerri, Imo State, for the promotion and development of teachers' education, make comprehensive provision for management and administration of the university, and give the university its statutory backing, be read for a second time. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Any seconder? Any seconder? I want to go all the way back, yes. Is that Itabeni?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My dear colleagues, my name is Ete Bolupum.
Yes.
I represent the good people of Eket, Una, Esreket, and even of Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I rise this afternoon to second the motion ably moved by my colleague.
Thank you very much. Again, it's an establishment bill. I just put the question. Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Please, clerk, long title.
Right Honorable Speaker, honorable members. A bill for an act to establish Alwan Ikoku Federal University of Education, IMO, for the promotion and development of teachers' education, make comprehensive provision for management and administration of the university and for related matters. Second reading.
This bill is referred to Committee on University Education. The 10th order of the day is commencement of debate on the general principle of a bill for an act to repeal the National Institute for Nigerian Languages Act, Cap N50, Laws of Federation of Nigeria 2004, and enact the provisions for the establishment of the University of Nigerian Languages, Abia State, to make comprehensive provision for its due management and administration and for other related matters. Signing the name of Honorable Benjamin Okezekal and 8 others, honorable members will recall that the bill was consolidated on Thursday, 24th October 2024. And I invite Honorable Isiaka to move that the bill be now read a second time.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Once again, Right Honorable Dr. Ibrahim Ayokunle Isiaka. I speak for and on behalf of the entire Nigerians, but from Ifoewe Group, Federal Constituency, and I'm from the fastest growing economic state in Nigeria, Mr. Speaker. I'm from Ogun State. I rise under your leadership, and that's my...
Is that not debatable? This is your fastest growing economy in Nigeria that you are using to intimidate us every day. Is that not debatable? I hope Lagos is listening to you. You think he's right? Okay. Are you from Lagos?
Ogun.
From Ogun. Why won't you support your brother? Okay, go ahead.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Nice one. I still under your able leadership and with the permission of my very distinguished honorable colleagues, that you do allow me to take and allow for passage to the second reading a bill for an act to repeal the National Institute for Nigerian Languages Act, Cap N50, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2004, and enact the provisions for the establishment of the University of Nigerian Languages, Abia State, to make comprehensive provisions of its due management and administration and for related matters. I so move, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Any seconder? Yes.
Right, Honorable Speaker, Honorable Members, my name is Nweke Felix Uche. I represent the Lembe Tai Oyibo Federal Constituency and from Rivers State. I rise to second the motion for this bill to be read the second time, as ably moved by my constituent. I so second.
I don't think you want to cause trouble here today. I will carry a wahala. Just pretend you didn't hear that. Yeah. Again, it's an establishment bill, so I'll just put the question. Those in support of this motion, say aye. Those against, say nay. The ayes have it. Please, Clerk.
Right Honorable Speaker, honorable members, a bill for an act to repeal the National Institute for Nigerian Languages Act, CAF N50, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2004, and enact the provisions for the establishment of the University of Nigerian Languages, Aba, Abia State, to make comprehensive provision for its new management and administration and for related matters. Second reading.
This bill is referred to Committee on University Education. The 11th order of the day is commencement of debate on the general principle of a bill for an act to establish the National Sports Development Fund for the Federal Republic of Nigeria to provide a dedicated fund for the financing support for sporting activities in Nigeria and for related matters. Starting in the name of Honorable James Abiodun Faleke, honorable members will recall that the bill was read the first time on Tuesday, 11 March 2025. And I invite Honorable Faleke to move that the bill be now read the second time. Honorable Faleke, please.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues. Mr. Speaker, permit me to move for an amendment for the sponsors, myself and 49 others, not only me.
Okay.
Myself and 49 others.
Noted, well noted.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I rise to move for a bill for an act to establish the National Sports Development Fund for the Federal Republic of Nigeria to provide a dedicated fund for the financing support for sporting activities in Nigeria and for related matters, HB 218. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I so move.
Thank you. Any seconder to this motion? Deputy Chair, Ami.
Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I remain Ogel David Agada, member representing Oju of the Federal Constituency and from Benue State, the food basket of the nation, and a proud Igede son. I rise this afternoon to second this motion to move into second reading, HB 2184. I so second, Mr. Speaker.
I think it's a straightforward establishment bill. I just put the question. Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Clerk, please read the long title of the bill.
Right Honorable Speaker, honorable members. A bill for an act to establish National Sports Development Fund for the Federal Republic of Nigeria to provide a dedicated fund for the financing support for sporting activities in Nigeria and for related matters. Second reading.
This bill is referred to the Committee on Sports. The 12th order of the day is commencement of debate on general principles of a bill for an act to amend the Orthopedic Hospital Management Board Act, Cap 010, Laws of Federation of Nigeria 2004, to provide for establishment of National Orthopedic Hospital, Shinkafi, Zamfara State, and for related matters, standing in the name of Honorable Bello Hassan Shinkafi. Remember, we recall that the bill was read the first time on Wednesday, 12 March 2025, and I invite Honorable Shinkafi to move that the bill be read the second time. Honorable Shinkafi.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My names are Honorable Bella Shinkafi, representing the entire people of Shinkafi, Federal Constituency, Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I am from Zamfara State. Mr. Speaker, I rise here today before this honorable House to move that a bill for an act to amend the Orthopedic Management Hospital Board Act, Cap 01, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria, 2004, to provide for the establishment of National Orthopedic Hospital, Shinkafi, Zamfara State, and for related matters. HB 2159 to read for the second time.
Thank you. Any seconder? Any seconder to that? Yes, Hart.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable colleagues, my name is Hart Cyril Godwin. I represent the fabulous people of Bonny, Degema, Fitzroy constituency. Mr. Speaker, I am from Rivers State. I rise to second the motion that the bill be read the second time.
Thank you very much. I think it's a straightforward also establishment bill. I will just put the question. Those in support of this motion say aye. Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Clerk, please read the long title of the bill.
Right Honorable Speaker, honorable members. A bill for an act to amend the Orthopedic Management Hospitals Board Act Cap 010, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2004, to provide for the establishment of National Orthopedic Hospital Shinkafi, Zamfara State, and for related matters. Second reading.
This bill is referred to Committee on Specialty Healthcare. The 13th order of the day is commencement of debate on the general principle of a bill for an act to amend the Orthopedic Hospital Management Board Act Cap 010, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2004, to provide for the establishment of the Orthopedic Hospital Yauri, KB State, under the control of the Orthopedic Hospital Management Board affiliated to the Federal University, Benin, KB, Teaching Hospital, and related matters. Standing in the name of Honorable Gaba Omar Oba, in this case now will be represented by Bello Amambura Ambarura. Honorable members will recall that the bill was read the first time Thursday, 13th March 2025. I now invite Honorable Ambarura to move that the bill be now read the second time.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, the speaking speaker. Once again, I am Honorable Bello Isa Ambarura. I represent the people of Godabawa and Ilela Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Sokoto State, the seat of the Caliphate. Mr. Speaker, I rise up to read for the second time on a bill for an act to amend the Orthopedic Hospitals Management Board Act, Cap 010, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria, 2004, to provide for the establishment of the Orthopedic Hospital Yawuri, Kebbi State, under the control of the Orthopedic Hospital Management Board, affiliated to the Federal University, Benin Kebbi, Teaching Hospital, and for related matters. HB 101. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Any seconder? Yes, second, beside him.
Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, Honorable Said Yusuf Miga, I represent Jahun Miga Federal Constituency. I'm from Jigawa State. I stand to second the motion ably moved by Ambarura. I so second. Thank you.
Straightforward establishment bill. I just put the question. Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Please read the long title of the bill.
Right Honorable Speaker, honorable members. A bill for an act to amend the Orthopedic Hospitals Management Board Act Cap 010, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2004, to provide for the establishment of the Orthopedic Hospital Yauri, Kebbi State, under the control of the Orthopedic Hospitals Management Board, affiliated to the Federal University, Benin Kebbi Teaching Hospital, and for related matters. Second reading.
The bill is referred to Committee on Specialty Healthcare. The 14th order of the day is commencement of debate on the general principle of constitutional alteration bills And I invite the Deputy Chairman, House Committee on Rules and Business to move that the House do suspend Order 8, Rule 7, Sub 2 of the Standing Orders of the House of Representatives to enable debate on the constitutional alteration bills be taken simultaneously. Deputy Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise up to crave the indulgence of the House to suspend Order 8, Rule 5, in order to place to...
No, it's not Order 8, Rule 5. Order 8, Rule 7.
Rule 7, sorry, sir.
Sub 2.
Order 8, Rule 7, Sub 2, to listen to... Sorry, Mr. Speaker. I rise up to, Mr. Speaker, I'm Honorable Isa Mburura. I rise up to second the motion that the House be suspend the relevant rule, to move that the House suspend the second rule, Order 8, Rule 7, Sub 2, in order to listen to items 14 to number 40. I so submit, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Any seconder? Minority Leader? Also, the lobby is beside you. Can you second, please, with your permission?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleagues. I rise to second that we suspend our House rule, Order 8, Rule 7, Sub 2, to allow us to take together our orders from 14 to 50. I so.
Thank you very much. Those in support of this motion, say aye. Those against, say nay. The ayes have it. And I invite the leader of the leaders, the House leader, to move that the bills be now read the second time. The floor is yours, Prof.
Thank you, the great Speaker. I'm Professor Julius Ihonvere. On One West Federal Constituency, Mr. Speaker, I'm from Edo State. I rise to move that the following bills, 14 to 50, be read a second time. These include HB 1383, Kafilat Ogbara, HB 536, Ikegwonu Onyinye Ugochinyere, HB 1763, Akin Alabi, HB 1482, Benjamin Okalu and 6 others, HB 2196, Benjamin Okalu and 6 others, HB 1580, Adewale Hamed, HB 618, Benjamin Okalu and 6 others, HB 682, Bello Kauje, HB 1907, Adebayo Balogun, HB 2180, sorry, state creation now. I forgot the titles. On state creation, we have HB 2180, Jeremiah Umaru, HB 2226, Honorable Bagaja Mohammed, and Honorable Isa Bello Ambarura. Strengthening institutions, HB 2058, Benjamin Okalu and 6 others, HB 1291, Bamidele Salam. Local government, HB 2231, Benjamin Okalu and 6 others, HB 2234, Francis E. Waive, HB 2217, Paul Namchi, Chimaobi Samatu, and Nalim Naji. HB 205, Onyeye Ugochinyere. Ikegwonu. HB 2238, Bello Hassan Shinkafi. Devolution of powers. HB 199, Ikegwonu Onyinye Ugochinyere. Electoral matters. HB 1116, O. Kingsley Chinda, and 59 others. HB 1117, O.K. Chinda, and 59 others. HB 1115, O.K. Chinda, and 59 others. HB, I'm sorry, there is no HB number on number 36. But it is a bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to remove from Independent National Electoral Commission the powers of registration and regulation of political parties in Nigeria and transfer same to the office of the Registrar General of Political Parties and for related
No,
matters.
drop that one.
We'll drop it?
There's no HB number on it, so
So
drop
there's
it.
no HB number, we'll step it down. HBs 1152, 1570, 1583, and 1596, Igariwe, Iduma, Enwo, and Maso, Manusoro, and 2 others. HB 877, Akwaji Nombe, Abiante. HB 202, Ikegwonu Onyinye Ugochinyere. HB 1278, Isa Ali Jesse. HB 869, Peter Patterson. HB 871, Muhammad Bello El Rufai. HB 928, Alex Egbona. HB 963, Mansour Manu Soro. HB 964, Mansour Manu Soro. HB 204, Ikegwonu Onyinye Ugochinyere. HB 205, Ikegwonu Onyinye Ugochinyere. HB 397, Saidu Musa Abdullahi. HB 1808, Akintunde Rotimi.
On
HB 2208, Chinedu and
397, on HB 397.
897, what number is that?
It's 48.
Number 48.
House rules to give us more details on that. The same thing for
47 and 48.
43, 40, 47.
43, 47, 48. We need more.
Yeah, it's not
So
stated fully.
We'll step those down for now.
The long title only is not.
Yes. We should delete them for now until this is
Yeah, you
correct.
should drop them.
I move that these bills, except 43, 47, and 48, be read the second time, Mr. Speaker.
43, 47, and 48.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Minority Leader, can you second?
Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, I second the motion for the second.
Excuse me, before you second, vote of 50. 50. Please, leader, include, move your motion again before he second. Include 50 on the list. Yes. You have to be clearer than this. Let them step it and bring it up. Let's know what we are amending.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The House bill numbers are just read out from number 14 to 50, excluding
43, 47, 48,
47, 48, and 50, and 36.
Look at 36.
be read a
Wait,
second
look at
time.
36
The step down, and all others be read.
and 36, yes. So it's 36, 43, 47, 48, and 50.
Yeah.
Please, Minority Leader, second.
Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, I rise to second the motion for the collective second reading of the bills in orders 14 to 50, save numbers 36, 43, 47, 48, and 50. I so second.
Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Please, clerk, give us a long title.
Right Honorable Speaker, honorable members, a bill for an act to alter the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, provide for specific seats for women in national and state houses of assembly and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, provide for the inclusion of youth and persons living with disabilities in political appointments and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, to completely eliminate the discrimination against women in the nationality law by allowing for wives to be able to pass on their nationality to their foreign husbands and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, to provide for the involvement of the National Assembly in the process of negotiation for and entering into treaties with other countries and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended, to provide for the listing of the National Assembly Service Commission and State House of Assembly Service Commission as independent bodies under sections 158 and 197 respectively, to enhance the independence of the National Assembly Service Commission and the State House of Assembly Service Commission, to clearly designate the clerk of the National Assembly and clerks of State Houses of Assembly as heads of legislative service at the national and subnational levels and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, to foster autonomy of state houses of assembly over local governments within their jurisdiction and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, to set time within which civil and criminal causes and matters are heard and determined at trials and appellate courts in order to eliminate unnecessary delays in justice administration and delivery and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended by increasing the numbers of the justices of the Supreme Court and Court of Appeal in Nigeria and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, to establish the local government election tribunals to hear and determine election petitions for the offices of chairman, vice chairman, and councillors of local government councils and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended, to create a new state in the north-central region of Nigeria known as One State and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended, to create a new state in the northwest.
If Chairman Electoral Affairs is here, I should approach the chair. Chairman Electoral Affairs.
in the northwest region of Nigeria known as Gobir State and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended to provide for mandatory periodic conduct of census and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to include civil defense in the second schedule to the Constitution and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to provide for the creation of Bende North local government area of the present Bende local government area of Abia State, to rename Bende local government area as Bende South local government area of Abia State and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended to make provisions for the creation of Ugueben local government area in Delta State and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended to provide for the creation of additional local government areas in Enugu State and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended to create an additional local government area in Imo State to be known as Idiato West local government area and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to provide for the creation of Moriki local government area from the present Zurmi local government area, Zamfara State, and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended to enhance interstate commerce by moving trade and commerce between the states to the concurrent legislative list and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to review the mode of electing the state governors, deputy governors, and the appointment of the commissioners of states and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to review the means of election into the offices of the chairman and vice chairman of the local government councils in Nigeria and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to provide for the office of the Prime Minister as head of government and the office of the President as head of state to provide for a framework for the mode of election to the said offices and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to reduce the lengthy period of determination of pre-election petition matters and provide for the establishment of pre-election tribunals and pre-election matters and regulate the process of suspending a member of the National Assembly from legislative duties and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to provide for the change of simple majority in elections of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the state governors and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to review the requirements that qualifies a person to be elected as President and Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, governors and deputy governors of states of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to set timelines for presentation of the appropriations bill and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to review the status of the Federal Capital Territory as regards the election of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to, amongst other provisions, establish state police force, change the name of the Police Service Commission to the Federal Police Service Commission, establish the State Police Service Commission, and amend the second and third schedules to the 1999 Constitution and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to strengthen transparency and regulate the issuance of waivers to federal ministries, departments, agencies, parastatals, extra-ministerial departments, public companies and corporations, and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to provide for the designation of a special account for borrowed funds, credits, and grants, and the publication of detailed progress report on the implementation of projects financed by funds other than revenues of the federal government, and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to grant to the two chambers of the National Assembly and State Houses of Assembly powers to summon the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and governors of states, respectively, to answer questions.
That one was not what we passed. That one should be stepped. Keep it in abeyance.
A bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended to provide for a comprehensive compensation in the Land Use Act and for related matters. Second reading.
Clerk. HB 1383, referred to Committee on Constitutional Review. HB 536, HB 1763, HB 1482, HB 2196, HB 1580, HB 618, HB 682, HB 1907, HB 2180, HB 2226, HB 2058, HB 1291, HB 2231, HB 2234, HB 2217, HB 205, HB 2238, HB 199, HB 1116, HB 1117, HB 1115, HB 1152, HB 1157, 1583, and 1596, under 37, HB 877, HB 202, no, HB 877, HB 202, HB 1278, HB 869, HB 871, excluding HB 963, excluding HB 204, excluding HB 205, it's included, excluding HB 2208. I refer to Committee on Constitutional Review. The 15th order of the day is consideration of a bill for an act to provide the legal framework of the establishment of the training institutions of the Nigerian Police Force and for related matters. Honorable members will recall that the bill was committed to the Committee of the Whole on Wednesday, 25th March 2025. The leader of leaders will move for their consideration, for his consideration, please.
I was talking to my brother.
15th order of the day, the police.
Mr. Speaker, I rise to move, 15th or 51st?
Number 51.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, Julius Ihonvere, I rise to move that the bill for an act to provide the legal framework for the establishment of the training institutions of the Nigeria Police Force and for related matters, SB 470, be considered by the House.
Minority Leader, please.
Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, I second the motion for consideration of Senate Bill 470. I so second.
Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The 16th order of the day is a resumption of consideration of the report on the Committee on Federal Road Safety Commission on the bill for an act to amend the Federal Road Safety Commission Establishment Act 2007 to empower the Federal Road Safety Commission with the responsibility for road traffic administration and safety management, preventing and minimizing road traffic crashes on public road, the supervision of users of such public road, regulation of traffic thereon, and clearing of obstruction on any part of the public road, and for educating drivers, motorists, and members of the public generally on the proper use of public roads and matters related to safety on the public roads and for related matters. Honorable members will recall that on Tuesday, 25th March 2025, the House in the Committee of the Whole considered and approved clauses 1 to 4 and deferred further consideration of the report. Honorable Abiodun Derin Adesida will move that consideration of the report do resume. Honorable Adesida, move for us to resume consideration if we are sure that the areas of conflict mentioned in the course of our engagement yesterday have been cured, and you'll be able to defend it during the consideration.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My name is Honorable Abiodun Derin Adesida. I represent Akure North, Akure South Federal Constituency from Ondo State. Mr. Speaker, sir, I do move that the House do resume the consideration of the report of the Committee on Federal Road Safety Commission on a bill for an act to amend the Federal Road Safety Commission Establishment Act 2007 to empower the Federal Road Safety Commission with the responsibility for road traffic administration and safety management, preventing and minimizing road traffic crashes on public roads, the supervision of users of public roads, the regulation of the traffic thereon, and clearing of obstruction on any part of the public roads, and for educating drivers, motorists, and other members of the public generally on the proper use of the public roads and matters related to safety on the public roads, and for related matters thereon, HB 1604 and 1401, and approve the recommendation therein. I so move.
So you are ready for us to do the consideration? You are good?
Yes, sir.
Any seconder? Yes. Alabi?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues.
Where's your cap?
His cap is it?
No, yeah, Honorable Akin Alabi. Before you are Honorable Alabi, without the Akin. With your cap now, you are complete.
My head was taking a little break.
Okay.
Thank you once again, Mr. Speaker. I'm Honorable Akin Alabi. I represent the good people of Egbeda on our federal constituency. I'm from Oyo State. Mr. Speaker, I rise to second the motion ably moved by Honorable Adeshida. I so second.
Thank you. Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The 17th order of the day is consideration of the report of the Committee on University Education and the bill for an act to provide for establishment of Federal University of Technology, Badagry, Lagos State, and for related matters. Honorable members will recall that the report was laid on Thursday, 11 July 2024. Honorable Abubakar Fulata will move for its consideration. Honorable Fulata.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My respected colleagues, I am Abubakar Fulata. I represent Borneo Krika Samaguri Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I am from Jigawa State. My respected colleagues, I move that the House do consider the report of the House Committee on University Education on a bill for an act to provide for the establishment of Federal University of Technology, Badagry, Lagos State, and for related matters, House Bill 1500. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Honorable Faleke, second this.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. My dear honorable colleagues, my name is James Abiodun Faleke. I represent the very, very good, great people of Ikeja Federal Constituency. I rise to second that this bill be considered in the interest of Nigerians. Thank you.
Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The 18th order of the day is consideration of report of the Ad hoc Committee on the Investigation of the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NACON, and the FCT Muslim Pilgrim Welfare Board over the shoddy treatment of Nigerian pilgrims during 2024 Hajj exercise. Honorable members will recall that the report was laid on Tuesday, 25th March, 2025. Honorable Sada Soli will move for its consideration. Honorable Sada, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, my name is Sada Soli, GBI, representing GBI Kaita Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I rise to move that the House do consider the report on the Ad hoc Committee on the Investigation of the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NACON, and the FCT Muslim Pilgrims Welfare Board over the shoddy treatment of Nigerian pilgrims during the 2024 Hajj exercise. I so and approve the recommendation therein. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Sada. Any seconder to this motion? A lot of people are interested in this motion, and wish to second. I would like to call those who have not spoken. Yeah, I wanted to second it, my brother.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My honorable colleagues, Honorable Mansour Musa, my name. I'm representing the entire people of Aleru, Gondo, and Jegapro constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Kebbi State, the land of equity. I rise this afternoon to second this motion heavily moved by leader and colleagues.
Honorable Faleke, whatever you did that made the leader to smile from the two sides of his mouth, that must be magical. It's refreshing for me to watch from here. Yeah, this motion has been seconded. I'll just put the question. Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Leader, please take that your smile and move us into committee of the whole.
Thank you very much. We are smiling because we are going on break today. I rise to move that the House resolve to committee of the whole to consider the reports that have been earlier outlined. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Minority Leader, should we go or should we stay? Should we go to committee of the whole? If yes, second.
Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, I support and second that we go into committee of the whole to consider the reports. I so second.
Thank you. Honorable members, those in support of the motion that will go into committee of the whole to consider this report, say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The House hereby resolves into committee of the whole to consider a report on all these bills and investigations. The session is in committee of the whole, and you are welcome to the committee of the whole, where the speaker sits as the chairman of the committee. Honorable colleagues, the bill to be considered is for an act to provide a legal framework for the establishment of the training institutions of the Nigerian Police Force and for related matters. By Honorable Julius, the smiling leader of the House, to give the synopsis. He's still smiling. Honorable Faleke, this must be very contagious. Very contagious. What a way to end the section before the break, to smile home. Over to you, leader.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. You know, we discussed this yesterday, but there were not enough copies for members. Essentially, this bill, which is long overdue and very important, SB 470, it will strengthen and institutionalize the Nigerian Police Force to bring it up to standards with other parts of the world, improve on technology, on training and retraining, on leadership capacity, and contemporary methods to control crime and criminality and respect for human rights, among other provisions, and to provide training centers across the country and make sure they are uniform, that every police officer receives exactly the same training to enable them perform at the maximum. I recommend it to my dear colleagues, and I think it's important. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
I think there's an improvement in our police services or the police force in this administration. And please, the technical department, increase the microphone. I don't have the voice to shout, please. I must say that there's a lot of improvement in the police service. And for us to enjoy more peace as we secure lives and properties, one of the key expectations from the parliament is to equip the police the more, especially in the area of capacity building. And I think this legal framework that is before us is to, like the speaker said, like the leader said, is to make sure that we have solid training institutions that will make them compete favorably with their colleagues among the Committee of Nations. And while we expect the police to do the best for us, they expect us also to do the rest with regards to giving them the right enablement to energize them. So this is our way of saying well done to the police. We are here as Parliament to always support you. Under the IGP, the police is working hard, and we want them to do better than what they are doing at the moment. We are encouraging them to do more, even though they are doing a lot. So, honorable colleagues, the clauses are just 1 to 25, the shadows and the long title of the bill. So, we're going to go like we agreed, no more carried. We're going to do clause by clause consideration. All right? So, clause 1, clause 2, clause 3, clause 4, clause 5, clause 6, clause 6, clause 7, clause 7, clause 8.
Can you raise it?
Clause 8. You know, when you meet a good piece of legislation,
What is this?
it makes it easier. You know, you go to page 15, that's why you see clause 8.
Chairman, sir.
Or which one are you? Let us, please take us anywhere you have concern, we can always rescind. Don't worry, I'm here, you are protected. Just tell me what you want.
Thank you, sir, Chairman, for protecting me, sir. We have some provisions that are giving power to Inspector General of Police.
Which one?
And they appear very dangerous. If you look at J.
On page where?
J, page 3. Sorry, sir.
Were you sleeping when we went?
No, sir. You know, this one they brought is not like the one they brought yesterday. It's different from the other one. Yes, sir.
Okay, let's see page 3, under the powers and function of the training institution.
Yes.
So which, you say J?
Yeah, they are saying instituting and awarding scholarships, exhibitions, bursaries, medals, prizes, distinctions, awards, and other forms of recognition or title to be deserving officers, subject to the approval of the Inspector General of Police. Chairman, I think that this should be through a recommendation by the Inspector General of Police to the Police Service Commission. Because giving these powers to only one man to exercise is very dangerous. It's a strong man institution we are trying to create.
Don't you have confidence in your IGP? That is not, he's the head of the whole institution.
Chairman, yes, but when you come to some of these activities, they are handled by the Police Service Commission. Yes, that is the truth. So some of these actions you are putting here will conflict with the Police Service Commission. That is the truth, sir.
Okay, can they do it together?
That is why I said on the recommendation of the Inspector General of Police to the Police Service Commission.
Yeah, that sounds good.
But that is a body, it's not an individual.
That sounds
it's a
good.
body.
I agree with you.
Yes, sir.
That is good. That is good. Any seconder to that? Before we do that, we have to rescind our earlier resolution that we have carried, that particular J. Okay? So please, Honorable, move that we rescind our decision on that particular one, and then we can...
Chairman, thank you for the opportunity. Agbedi Yetemne Frederick is my name. I represent Sagbama Keremon Federal Constituency. Chairman, honorable colleagues, I come with a motion to rescind the decision of the Committee of the Whole on Clause 3, Sub J. I so move, sir.
Any seconder?
Yes.
Mr. Chairman, honorable colleagues, Honorable Agodudo is my name, representing the people of Ikotabasi, Patinin, and East Nobolu. I'm from Federal Constituency from Akwa Ibom State. Mr. Chairman, I rise this moment to second that motion.
Thank you. Those in support of this motion say aye. Right. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Now, the amendment that you made, any seconder to that amendment, somebody was raising his name. He made a very good argument. Yes, let's have you seconded, my brother.
Thank you, the Chair. Ahmad Abdullah Kalambane is my name. I stand to support the motion ably moved by my colleague. I so second. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. So now 3J as amended carried. So 4 remain the same, 5 remain the same.
No.
Chairman, sir. Sorry, sir. I think that there are some other provisions that will be affected by this amendment.
Okay.
Take, for example, if you look at O of the provision, wherever the Inspector General of Police appears, it means that the Police Service Commission has to. If you go to O, we are saying recommending to the Inspector General of Police for the withdrawal of any officer from the training institutions for good cause, diploma, certificates, blah, 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 which means that because discipline itself is the responsibility of Police Service Commission. Thank you, sir.
Okay, so you mean anywhere we see the Inspector General of Police will put, are you listening? I don't think this one applies. Are you saying anywhere we see Inspector General of Police, we put Police Service Commission? You are being distracted.
Sorry, sir. Chairman, because the police training, they do not train civilians as it were. They train more of their officers once you are recruited into that training school most of the times. And discipline is within the purview of Police Service Commission. So the Inspector General or the principal, except you are saying the principal of that institution, the Director General of that institution will take the punishment. It shouldn't come to the Inspector General of Police. Once it is not the DG or the principal of that institution, then that action must come to the Police Service Commission, because the issues of general discipline is within the purview of the Police Service Commission. That's my argument, sir.
Yeah, let me hear your view on this.
Mr. Chairman, I think we have to be a little bit much more careful with this bill. We're mixing some issues here. This is talking about the training institutions which are completely under the purview of the IG, as it is now. The Police Service Commission is in charge of recruitment, promotion, and discipline of officers. And all training institutions, as it is today, even with the existence of Police Service Commission Act, are under the instruction and the management of the IG. Remember, all the police institutions are being managed by minimum of police commissioners, which report directly to the IG, appointed by the commission. So I think we should be a little bit much careful in removing where the IG should issue directives or general directives in the management of these institutions and taking it back to the commission. And we know the politics between the commission and the IG. Especially when
the more we reduce the bureaucracy, the better.
Thank you, sir.
And what you're introducing will increase bureaucracy. Some things are simpler than how we want to complicate them. It is under the mandate of the IGP to train his force to now share that responsibility with the commission will bring a lot of problems. So what Honorable Sada Assembly raised here is key. Let's be careful so that we don't end up creating a monster that there will be too much friction. They can't function because they need to run. IGP will now be running to police commission on every little thing that is supposed to handle on this one. And once that happens, you will see that there will be no growth, there will be no development of the force. Yes. Remember, this bill is also a recommittal. Eh? Members supposed to have read this over before now, so we have to be fast with this. This one I'm going to speed it up. So if you want to read any one now, be glancing through it because after this now I'm pushing it up.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I'm just trying to give a rider an impetus to what Honorable Sada, because we were just discussing that here now. The institution should just be touched and separate from
the commission.
The commission.
I agree.
And there should be a single line of command. We are now making it vertical, as we have just said now. We've been watering down the powers of the IG himself to have direct control over what because it's training, basically, and also, Mr. Chairman, commission. Any civilian can be assigned to be the chairman, who would now want to exercise the same authority with the IG who has been trained and those.
Okay. I think you made your point. Like I always call the committee of the whole, is the kitchen where we bake laws. Sometimes if the flour is too much, we'll add water. If the sugar is much, we'll add salt. If the salt is too much, we reduce until we get it right. There is no problem in going forward and going backward until we get it correctly. Yeah, we are going to reverse the amendment in 3J because this is fundamental. So please, I would like, Marga, I want you to rescind that 3J because of this new. Let's make it as simple as possible, not too bureaucratic. So if you can rescind resolution on that.
I rescind J as directed by the chair.
Thank you.
I so move.
Thank you. No, you are moving a motion for it to be rescinded. Not that you are the one rescinding. I'm the one who. So you are moving the motion. So obey the second one and not the first one. Say I move for this to be.
I so move, Chairman.
Seconder, Isiaka, second.
Mr. Chairman, thank you very much. As widely deliberated, I so second the motion.
Thank you very much. Those in support of this motion, say aye. Those against, say nay. The ayes have. This is legislative majority. This is when good heads come together, we give and take, until we get it right. So we leave 3J as it is, and we proceed. So 3J, 3, carried. 4, you want to say something on 3?
5.
On 5, okay. 4 carried. 5, what is your issue on 5?
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Yes.
I just looked at number 5.
What page?
Page 8, on the establishment and functions of the Nigerian Police Force Training School. And because of principle of equity and fairness, I was trying to be guided to understand why almost every zone in the country have 5, 3, 2, and the Southeast is the only one that have only one police training school. Can it be adjusted for equity and fairness? Now, page 8, because I think section 5, where the Southwest have 5, and the South have 3, North Central 4, and the South is 1.
I think that had been cured in the
I remember it was cured. The issue you raised is fundamental. If you go to page 54, can you go to page 54? You go to page 54, the first schedule. Colleges include, starting from 53, read on the right side.
Colleges include...
Yeah, if you go down there now, you will see...
Okay, Enugu. Abia. Abia. Enugu and Abia.
Yeah, Enugu and Abia and Imo.
And Imo.
Okay. And yeah, yes. Bende is not a state, it just wants... That's only... I'll take it to Bende by this weekend.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you for that good observation. 5 carried. 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. Okay. Who has something to say about 9? Yes, please. What page? It's mic. Yeah, put on your mic.
Page 18, Chairman. 18 on requirement for admission to the colleges and schools.
I can't hear you. Speak to
requirement for admission to the colleges and schools. F. Free from pecuniary embarrassment. I think that thing should be changed to good character. Yours is weak. That is wrong. 2. Where they have B. Prevention of minimum qualification of 5 credits in more than 2 sittings. I think this WASSCE.
Let's take it 1.
Yeah? What? Okay, not more than 2 sittings. Sorry. I'm thinking that we should go back to fair. This West African School Certificate Examination, there are no CD, I think. Because the body is West Africa Examination Council. The certificate is supposed to read West Africa School Certificate Exam, not council exam. It's subject to be referred.
Okay, that's a typo. They will correct the typo.
Okay, thank you. Then number 7. No, I mean F.
Number
that in English is tautology.
Free from any pecuniary embarrassment.
It doesn't make any meaning. It can be free of good character, be of good character.
There are two different things. That one, okay, let me allow you to speak very clear.
It's a police register. It's a word that is used within the police institution, which implies something that involves money. Yes. So it's a police register, and remember, this is a police document. We must use register that reflects the police character. Yes. Yes. Money embarrassment. Money embarrassment is a very serious issue within a character, how you employ or how you recruit somebody within the police force. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I agree with the person who moved the amendment. First, we'll consider that the admission is for children, people between 18 and 25 years. They are not just serving policemen. So we should use very simple language that will be understood. We don't need to refer to a police register. If you look at C says the age, be of the age of 18 to 25 years for admission. Besides supporting him, I will also want to observe, sir, I don't know whether we intend that this institution should have the kind of courage that Scotland Yard has, where our policemen also go for training. In fact, a lot of policemen have been trained outside this country. And so if we're establishing a bill for our own institution, we should also have that vision that some of these institutions should train people from outside the country, just like our NILS here is doing. Parliamentarians from outside Nigeria come here for training. And then we are putting in this bill that you must be a Nigerian for you to be admitted into this institution. I think that we need to look at it properly. If we want to preserve it for just Nigerians alone, what it means is that we are also limiting the institution. But I think that we should have an institution that other countries in Africa should come here and get trained too. So we need to look at that section.
I think it's a good one, but do you want to amend anything there? You want it to come in?
To delete the limitation that only persons of Nigerian origin.
Which number is that?
That's A.
Huh?
Here, A. That's
9A?
9A on page 18.
Okay. So how do you want it to read? How do you want it to read?
To delete it completely.
No, why don't you expand it?
Mr. Chairman, let's go back to the objectives of this bill. Everything that is drafted here has a reflection on the objectives of this bill. Go back to page 1. Go back to page 1, Mr. Chairman. Enhances professionalism, efficiency, effectiveness of the Nigeria Police Force through structured and continuous training programs. B, fostering a uniform training curriculum that aligns with international best practices and specific needs of Nigeria's diverse law enforcement landscape. We must tie everything to Nigeria. Yes, we know we can accommodate people to come to get more knowledge from the institutions of the Nigeria Police. Yes, we have. Woodil is there. The university Woodil is there. They can admit foreigners, and they do admit foreigners. We have a National Defense Academy here. The police from all parts of the country. Defense College is here. 1D. Establish criteria for accreditation of all training institutions established under this bill and ensuring compliance with established training standards.
Yeah, but
1D.
Well, it talks about the interagency.
Facilitate interagency within the country.
Jurisdiction within the country.
Within the country. It's talking about Nigeria. Sir. Excuse me, sir. How do you bring people from other countries to come to training school in Kaduna? We don't take recruits to go to Scotland Yard. We don't take recruits to go to Scotland Yard. That's the recruits. That's within the limit of the recruits. If you are above that, you go to Woodil, the university. That's why they have the cut off MBET, WAEC, and this. If you are above that threshold, you take JAM and you go to Woodil for degree course. It's there. It is there.
Yeah, please, let's hear from the leader of the House.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. When it says equivalent of such qualifications from other jurisdictions, after WAEC, GC, NECO, NOTEP, other jurisdictions will be referring to qualifications from elsewhere. But more importantly, we can create a new line that where necessary or applicable, provisions to admit from other countries. It will promote comparative policing. No police system is particularly self-sufficient. And I think even our secondary schools here, we are foreigners in our secondary schools. the ambassadors whose children go to school in this country and write WAEC and NAPTEB and other exams. So I do not see anything wrong, even if it is a basic police training, to expose them to building relationships with police officers from other countries. It only enriches their knowledge and builds the kind of relationship across borders. One of them could become IG in another country, and he remembers his friend who is IG here. Collaboration at different levels can take off. So we can create a new line, just making that, and that solves the problem.
The issue is whether we want...
Yes, I want to say something. Yes.
So many people want to comment on this. Communicator, let me hear from you. Amobi, I'll hear from you too.
The chair.
But make it brief, so that we
colleagues, I need to also let us know that the position of Honorable Sada is quite germane, and I'll tell you why. There are other institutions where people can come from outside, but when they are coming from outside, like the War College and all of those places, they are recommended by their nation. So it's not as if at an elementary training of police of ours, we should throw it open to external people. So they are not coming on the recommendations of their country, they are coming as individuals, and they went to our police institutions and take our training. So for me, I support the position of Honorable Sada on this matter. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. My name remains Honorable Jafar Yakubu.
You're a former policeman, right?
Thank you, Mr. Chair, for this opportunity. I stand to support the position of Honorable Sada because training institutions caters for recruits. We have what we call the police academy, which I have gone for the past 17 years, I passed through. And we have only 2 of these institutions in Africa, or West Africa. Police Academy Udil and the other one in Egypt. It's allowed for exchanges at the level of police academy, but not at the level of training colleges. What we will encourage, or this bill will encourage, is that issue of facilitating interagency collaboration that will improve that synergy in operation between other agencies within police, the DSS, and the Army. You can see the problem we used to have in joint operations. Rather than bringing officers from other part of the country to train in the training institutions for recruit. In the military, the Nigerian Defense Academy, in their own Tama 1, Tama 2, Tama 3, they go to England, India, and other part of the world to train with them. At the point of graduation, they return back to the Nigerian Academy and graduate. So I'm in support of Honorable Sadi.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
You're here. Amobi, not to...
Thank you, Mr. Chair. My honorable colleagues, I think I'm partially in support of what Honorable Sada Soli is saying on one point. For us, I think for junior courses, it should be for only Nigerians. But if there is room for professional courses, then it can be made open, because it's very, very important that we don't expose ourselves that much. Thank you.
All right. If somebody has said what you said before, there's no need, Are you going to say something different? All right.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
And that will be the last on this.
Kengi Mugochin, representing Idat and Assad. I want to align with the minority leader, sir. If you look at page 2, it's about retraining serving police officers to become more professional
in accordance with world best practice. If you also look at the objective of the bill, it's also for comprehensive legal and institutional framework, and also for providing holistic and specialized training in any professional field relevant to policing and law enforcement. So it should be a training institute that is the same level with international training institute that our police officers go all over the world.
Do you need foreigners to be in our school to be able to do global best practices?
Well, I
think what we need is our lecturers to be trained all over the world so that when they come back, they will offload their knowledge on our children to become the best.
So if our institute become a place of pride in training police officers, nations that have bilateral relationship with us may want to send some of their officers to be trained. And I think it's a thing of global pride, the way we go to other training institutes all over the world. So, and again, there's no way you can be admitted like an individual. It has to be on recommendation. So it doesn't expose anything or put us in any danger. So I think that limitation should be removed. It should be left with the police institute to decide.
All right, I think we have had enough argument on this, and children between 18 and 25, if they're in this country, probably they were born here, or they must have acquired their citizenship while here. They can be enrolled as Nigerians in those schools, in those training centers. But to open it so wide at this level might be an issue, unless the parliament decides otherwise. And no law is cast on stone. We can have it as it is now and later on amend it and begin to incorporate all these other. Let's try it first. Let's give the legal framework to what we are trying to do now, and later on we can advance it. We can, add up all this one. That's my take. That we carry that particular clause as it is. Carried. 11. 9. Another one on 9? Which one is that, please?
I'm looking at D.
9D.
9D. Seems very discriminatory. D. It seems very discriminatory that...
what page is that, my brother?
Number 18.
Page 18?
Yes. There's a requirement that a person must not be less than 1.6 meters in height. Now, in the United Kingdom, in America, most other civilized nations in the world do not have height limitations on their police officers. It seems very discriminatory that we are limiting it to 1.67 meters. If, say, a short man wants to be a police officer, let the short man be a police officer. There are short holes that people need to enter to find criminals. Are criminals limited in height? So why must our police also be limited in height?
No, but honestly speaking, he's thinking outside the box, because the tradition has been height. There are people who are shorter than me who will be able to reach a height higher than me. That's the truth. When there is time for action, you see people shorter than me jumping higher than some of us who are seen to be on the other side. So should we remain within that issue, that tradition of height? But the problem has always been police have their standard, military have their standard. So that because the height of the gun is also should not be taller.
Mr. Chairman.
If the height of the gun is taller than the holder of the gun, on a lighter note, I'm just saying, these guns they are making these days, some of them are quite tall. That if you have a gun that is taller than the holder, which one is the policeman, the gun or the holder? So let us see how we balance that. Do we maintain the height? And just for now, yes, let's allow other people to speak. I'll come back to you. over there. Yeah, you wanted to say something on that. After him, you, right?
Yes, please. Thank you very much.
No, after him, then you can take the floor.
All right.
You first,
Okay,
and then
thank you
you
very
take the floor later after him. Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Yes.
Just to align myself with what my Honorable Ibe just mentioned, going into the police doesn't mean you have to be a combatant. You could be a surveillance officer, you could be any other thing in the force. So what does your height need to do with your admin being in the police? What does your height need to do with your performing other roles aside being on the road, going for enforcement and stuff like that? So the height doesn't really matter and we don't need to be fixated and fix ourselves to a tradition, which, I mean, the world has already moved beyond that. Thank you very much, Mr. Chair.
Yeah, let's hear from you. With the rate we are going, are you sure we'll do this? We'll consider more than one day today.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to align that this provision is discriminatory. And sincerely speaking, our colleague, Dr. Alex, has every intellect. And he is...
Why are you making... Why are you making reference to my friend? You want him to stand on top of the desk?
There are a lot of people that have intellect, and a lot of them have this passion to do this police work. But then, because of their height, they said, no, you are not qualified. And some of them are so brilliant that if they come in, they are going to put in their expertise there, and they are going to put in their best. Why should height be a problem? This is false. Now, if it is a military or the Air Force and you say you want to put height, yes, but this is policing. Policing should not be tagged with any height. I totally agree with him. That was the point I wanted to raise. Thank you very much.
So we're going to rush this because some members are saying they have a flight to catch. They can see we're having an intellectual discussion. This is how committee of the whole is supposed to be. But it's because of your demand, your time. That's what makes us sometimes but I'm going to tell rules and business to be giving us one or two to consider oftentimes. Somebody said when it comes to the heights, you can keep them in the office to do management work, but to deny them the ambition to work in the police force or police service is actually, because of height, it's actually discriminatory. It's actually discriminating. And also, another consequence is that if we do this, there will be consequential amendments on almost all the forces. Because if you do police today, army, are we going to discriminate in army too? When they bring the bill, we look at that too. Yeah, so I think a parliament is unique when it thinks outside the box, not just follow the trajectory of tradition, but the dynamics of the society. And it is expected that it reflects the needs and the wishes of the people that we represent. While we represent the tall people and we want them in the police force, we also represent the short ones who want to join the police force. Having said that, is the parliament favorably inclined towards amending the issue of height? And if so, can somebody move for amendment so that we can move forward?
Before that, Mr. Chairman, please, as a parliament, we should be sensitive. We should stop using this word short. There are languages that are a bit more democratic. That is, if somebody is vertically challenged, it's a different thing for social.
Are you saying the height is physically challenged? It's not physically challenged.
No, in fact, I was going to add, when we are talking of this height matter, What of persons with disability?
So let somebody move the amendment in the language that will not be offensive, but that will be all-inclusive of the people we represent. Can somebody move amendments? Yes, the environmentalists.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I want to propose that we amend this section to read that be medically, physically, and psychologically fit and must comply with the guidelines.
Sorry, my attention has been drawn to E as well. That has to do with the chest.
Exactly. I was even going to go to that. Exactly. So it goes along. So I'm proposing that D and E be deleted and be replaced with be medically, physically, and psychologically fit and must comply with the guidelines guiding recruitment into the college. Because I'm aware, I'm saying this, Mr. Chair, because I went to military school, and in our days, height requirement was required. Now there are guidelines that guide recruitment into the military forces that must not be included in the law establishing. The guidelines are separate documents that guide certain behavior, certain recruitment necessary for those recruitments. So we can put it that the guidelines cover...
No. We cannot depend on the guideline. We can't depend on the guideline.
So we'll be silent on that.
Because in the supremacy of enactment or legislations, it's derived from the law. So the law is supreme to the guidelines.
Yes.
So they can make the internal guidelines and depend on that. But if the stronger law, the supreme, which in this case, this enactment, says something different, to that extent, if it conflicts, the reliance will be had to this particular one that we are making now. That is how the
so we can be silent
principle
on
of
that,
supremacy of laws works.
Okay, so we'll be silent on that. So we'll delete clause D and E and just leave it at be medically, physically, and psychologically fit to be recruited.
So your proposal is that we be silent on issue of height and chest.
And chest, yes. So we'll just talk about medically, physically, and psychologically fit.
Any seconder to do that amendment? Yes, second.
Raising my hand.
We have to move on now, gentlemen. Just say I hereby second. We know your name.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I hereby second the amendment. I so second.
Thank you very much. Nine as amended. Carried. 10. 11. 11.
With the composition, the batteries of numbers we have, and 11(1)A is saying that the Inspector General of Police shall be the chairman of the management committee. I'm looking at whether it has to be or his designee or assignee or representative, because we have how many of these institutions, and if he has to be the chairman, I don't know. 11(1)A.
Or delegated authority.
Yeah.
I think we should just add the Inspector General of Police or anybody at the rank of DIG as delegated by the police or something. Is that better? Okay, move it that way. Move that amendment.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Just a quick one. That I do move that 11(1)A be amended to read.
No, you are not looking. Okay, I think you are reading at the B. The amendment, the committee's recommendation.
Oh yeah, you're looking at the left actually. You're supposed to look at the right.
Oh, it's been removed.
Yeah.
Okay, that's withdrawn.
Yes, it's taken out. Okay, 11 carried. 12, 13, 14, 14. If I don't get carried, we are not carried now. 15, 16, 17, 17, 18, 19, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. The shadows. Long title. The first report to be considered is that of the Committee on the Federal Road Safety Commission on a bill for an act to amend the Federal Road Safety Commission, among others. Members and matters related to safety and public road and for related matters. I invite Daniel Adeshida to resume consideration of the report. Consideration supposed to commence from clause 5. The issue we raised yesterday about the clause, have you sorted it out? If you have, please explain to us.
Mr. Chairman, there was an argument on the lead agency title for FRSC. That's the amendment on section 10. But the FRSC's position as lead agency in road traffic administration and safety management in Nigeria is a global requirement by World Bank. At every subscribing nation must establish a lead agency responsible for road traffic administration and safety management. This led to the adoption of the Nigerian Road Safety Strategy in 2013 and the establishment of National Road Safety Advisory Council, which is headed by the Vice President, Federal Republic of Nigeria. And it consists representative of all the states, relevant government ministries, stakeholders in traffic administration and safety management, and civil society organization. FRSC was adopted by the Nigerian state as the lead agency to coordinate issues relating to road traffic administration and safety management in Nigeria. This has been the position since 2013. Then the other issue was the case of conflicting functions with the wordings, the Police Act. And I have the Police Act, Section 120 here.
120 to 130.
Yes.
And my worry is that 120 to 130, that is part 15, section 120 to 130 of the Police Act, that it conflicts with your proposed clause 5.
Yes. But section 126A, 6ABC, specify the provision of their duties, which is the general control and direction of motor traffic on the highway, assisting pedestrians to cross the road, and controlling vehicles stopping or parking in unauthorized places. The FRSC position is more than that. They coordinate all the agencies and make and they address the issue of management and safety procedures. Actually, they also maintain a database of registered vehicles, which helps in identify vehicles and vehicle owners. So there's no conflict with the police.
Chairman, I'm not convinced that you have really worked on that bill in view of this section 120 to 130. And there is no rush. We are here to work on this bill and get it right, and for it not to conflict with other existing enactments. My advice is that allow this bill to be worked on between now and when we resume. Present it when we resume,
Day before yesterday.
so that we can push it through.
We worked on the bill on Tuesday and Wednesday before we came up with this, with the paper we're submitting today. This is a reprinted bill.
But it's conflicting. 120 to 130 of the Police Act, the details there, they are conflicting with the proposals of this bill. So you don't have two uniform organizations fighting each other because they are conflicting in their mandate. Once that happens, police will want to drag, federal road safety will want to drag, and then the parliament will look like we didn't know what we are doing. I would like us to look at it in the next 1 month, and then look at it when we resume, so that we'll gradually remove areas of conflict. That's my proposal, because there's no rush on this bill.
As your Lord pleases, you are the chairman of the committee of the whole. You gave us an assignment. We're supposed to report here, and you have the authority to authorize the report. And if there's any discrepancy, you have the power to adjust and give the final nod.
So what is the report now?
No, that's the one. If you say we should hold on, but we went through and the conflicting parts we removed.
I would want you to share that report. Let us discuss it when we resume.
Okay, sir. That's okay.
Please.
No, that's okay.
It's for your own good, so that you will not go to Mr. President and they send it to Ministry of Justice and they find out these things and throw it back. You understand?
Yes.
Because once we finish here, it is going to Ministry of Justice. And they are going to look at the existing law and see if there's any conflict. If we are not able to pick it up here, and we expect to pick it up here, so it will be an exercise in futility. If you can bear with me, I will actually want, let me dedicate my office, my legislative team, to work with you in my office to make sure we have it cleaned up within these holidays. Is that okay?
That's okay.
So meet me after now, so that I'll ask my aides, my legislative team, to work with you on this to make sure we clean it up for you. So that when it comes here, it will go through and, is that okay?
That's okay, very okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. This bill stepped down by the leave of the House. And rules and business, please, once we resume, the first week of resumption, this bill should be ready for consideration. I'll be willing to take it, by the grace of God. The second report to be considered is that of Committee on University Education and the Bill for an Act to provide for the establishment of Federal University of Technology, Badagry. The floor is yours to give us synopsis. Fulata, 1 minute, please. Members need to be on the road.
With the kind permission of the chair, I would like to yield the floor to Honorable James Abiodun Faleke, who is the sponsor of the bill, to articulate the synopsis of the bill.
Honorable Faleke, just a minute. It's a standard.
Thank you. Mr. Chairman, thank you very much. Thank you, Chairman of the committee, for the work you have done. Mr. Chairman, honorable colleagues, the bill before us is very straightforward. The Badagry axis of Lagos is our borderline to the Republic of Benin. And as of today, Mr. Chairman, honorable colleagues, we have less than 30% of Lagos indigenes alone, for example, that pass JAMB. And even when they pass JAMB, okay, they have no admission, I mean, because of this limited space. So we are forced to have Lagosians and Nigerians going to Republic of Benin to take any...
Okay, so this university will help to cure that.
We have to cure all these.
All right, thank you very much.
To take us to the next line.
Thank you. So it's just 28 clauses and schedule explanatory memorandum, the long title of the bill. It's a standard bill with establishment of universities. So I just put the question, clause 1 to 10 carried, 10 to 20, 20 to 28, schedules, explanatory memorandum, long title of the bill. You didn't stand to take a bow. It's a great achievement for Badagry. The third report to be considered is that of ad hoc committee on investigation of the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria and the FCT Muslim Pilgrim Welfare Board over the shoddy treatment of Nigerians. I invite Honorable Sada Solly. Please, 1 minute.
Yes, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, this investigation was as a result of a motion moved by Honorable Bio on, I think, on the 10th of July, 2024, as a result of the shoddy treatment of pilgrims, Nigerian pilgrims during the 2024 Hajj exercise in Saudi Arabia. Mr. Chairman, we looked at so many issues, the transparency of Hajj operations, pilgrims' accommodation and welfare, service delivery and accountability, strengthening stakeholder collaboration and governance, improving feeding of pilgrims, efficiency of pilgrims' airlift, addressing the challenges associated with Tent A is an accommodation of VIP pilgrims in Saudi, FCT Pilgrims Welfare Board issues, and as well as looking at some of the issues to ensure effective executive control and parliamentary oversight over NACON and FCT Pilgrims Welfare Board. These are the areas that we looked at, and we made our recommendations therein as reflected in the order paper.
Thank you, Billy. Give me the names of people who are here, excluding the leadership. Okay? Do it quickly. As at 2051, those who are here, as at 2051, not after. 2051, 251, okay? Those who are here, just give me their names. All right, nice presentation, Honorable Sada. It's just 9 resolutions. So I'll just say resolution 1, resolution 2, resolution 3, resolution 4, resolution 5, resolution 6, resolution 5?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, let's hear you.
I think I'm reading from his full report, 5.9. 5.9A, that is from his report, page 45.
Yes.
President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is recommended to deploy independent Hajj monitoring teams during pilgrimages to ensure real-time assessment of services and address emergent issues promptly. I think that the National Assembly Committee on Hajj should be...
Yeah, we didn't have power to the executive.
We're asking the executive to do this.
That's a good observation.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, because the Act said the National Hajj Commission shall function under the office of Mr. President.
Okay.
That's what the Act said. But if you go down, there is a portion where the National Assembly will also perform its oversight function.
Okay, another argument is that we don't carry the responsibility, we oversight the responsibility of the executive. So we allow the executive execute, we will now oversight. So we cannot be the first caller in the game. The executive should. And so it's in order. It's in order. They should carry their... But now, why are you mentioning it here when it's actually expected as one of their functions? Is it for emphasis? It's recommendation.
You see, Mr. Chairman, the role of Parliament sometimes in oversight functions is to blow a whistle, is to awaken where there is shortage of oversight on the executive responsibilities on the agencies. I think that was basically why we are strengthening, we are making this for them. Let them wake up on what they should do. Because you can't see the
Amobi, join Billy to do that job. Amobi, join Billy, please. I didn't know you were there. But no duplication. All right, so I think it's in order. Or you want to debate it further?
Besides that, the same recommendation 5. Same recommendation 5, if you go to D. 5D. I don't think that we should recommend and carry that we should be asked to make laws. That's our primary function.
I agree. Honorable Sada, we should observe that we need to amend, not to put it under recommendation that we should amend.
And you also have the numbering rate.
Write it and let me know.
5.90.
It's saying that 5.9D on your report, under recommendation.
I mean, the guiding document here.
But it doesn't matter now, it's the same thing.
Well, it will conflict my interjection. Because the guiding document here is the order paper. Because it's the order paper that extracted our recommendation and reflected on the order paper for consideration of the House.
But they ought to be the same.
Yeah, it's
your recommendation is
okay.
Your recommendation.
Page what, sir? Page what, sir? Yes, sir. Page.
There's not even here.
59 what?
They use a different numbering on that. Okay, in the report, your report is page 45, 5.9D.
It's here. Yes.
Recommendation 28.
Yeah. Yeah.
Separate this regulatory operational function, ensuring it focuses fully on oversight and policy enforcement while the service delivery and I don't think that needs to be there.
Mr. Chairman, may I be more educated with due respect to the minority leader? Why should these recommendations be deleted? You have charged this ad hoc committee to look at all the issues and recommend to the House, and we have made the recommendations, and you are saying they are not expected.
But that's our work here.
Yes,
our work here is to look at the recommendation and know whether we can convert them to the resolution of the House or not. That it's your recommendation does not mean it will fly as a resolution of the House. There's a difference between committee's recommendation and the House resolution. So we want to convert a recommendation to a resolution. And this is a process of making sure that it fits into that purpose.
Oh, I would be pleased for that, Mr. Chairman.
No, we are saying, he is saying there are issues there that is like emphasizing our mandate, even though that it's a given, that that's what we're supposed to do as Parliament, that we don't need to put it as a resolution. It's like we are resolving against ourselves. You understand? So the one that has to do with National Assembly, we will take out. Then you can now do an internal memo to the committee.
Mr. Chairman, perhaps to throw more light for him to understand me. Your recommendations are accepted. We have received it. In your recommendation, you have said that we should come up with a law. We are now resolving. Our resolution will go outside as the document coming from this House to the public.
As a house, to
Yes, sir,
make a
as
law.
a house to the public. We cannot now resolve and send this out to the public that we should make law. That is our function. It's taken. Having recommended, the persons who are interested or the relevant committee can go ahead to bring the bill before us. But we don't need to resolve on that and take it as a resolution of the House that we should make law. That's what I'm saying. Or to resolve that the relevant committee should carry out oversight function on the agency.
I think I may be wrong, I may be right, but what gave us the idea to recommend the amendment of the Act, because there is the process already kicked in the National Assembly for the amendment of the National Assembly for the NACON Act.
Okay. So why mention it again? If the process is already in place.
So now it will be put on notice. It will be in our records that we have recommended that. So
is that all surplusage?
Sir? I think it's okay, Mr. Chairman. Yeah, the amendment is in order, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. So let's amend that, remove it, and take 28 and 29, and then action the intention of the committee, like he said that the action has already been stimulated, it has commenced. So,
Just wondering what is wrong with 29?
okay, defend. This is how Parliament works. We don't just take anything down, we debate it.
The 29 is also saying that we mandate Committee on Muslim Pilgrims Affairs to monitor NAHOG's compliance with above recommendations before and during subsequent Hajj operation. That is also taken. That's 30, it's actually 30, 29 and 30 that I'm talking about. 28 and 30, sorry, 28 and 30. The ones that has to do with the House function, parliamentary functions.
Do you understand? It's like indicting us to say that we don't know that we ought to do it. An ad hoc committee found out that we need to do it, and we are now resolving that we should do it, when it should be a natural flow of action. Yeah. That is what it is. Yeah. Let me hear you.
Yes.
With due respect, Mr. Chairman, mandate the Committee on Muslim Pilgrim Affairs to monitor NACON's compliance with the above recommendations before. It's a directive of the House. It's a directive. You are given instruction. The House is giving instruction to that committee.
For them to...
It's not surpluses.
For them to do what?
For them to monitor. Compliance.
Are they not... that is the official duty now. Their duty is in our rules. It's one of their mandates. It's their duty. You understand? It's just like signing it.
Chairman, I'm, with due respect.
I like intellectualism. I'm not the place.
We have done a very, very thorough job on this issue.
I like your work.
We conducted 7 days public hearing on this.
No, I like your work.
With a very minimal resources.
And don't worry, we'll pay. There's a reward for you.
Yes.
I know. If I allow you emphasize on that side.
And Mr. Chairman, with due respect, we observed some few issues. That's why we're bringing it to the attention
of the House,
so that at least the House can give further directives on certain issues where the committees should do their job better. It's not an indictment, but it's a wake-up call on the part of the respective jurisdictive committees, having gone through an investigation, and we brought out some of these issues. And I think it's only reasonable.
Actually, an ad hoc committee could make that recommendation for them to work up. This ad hoc committee set up specifically for this purpose, and in the course of the said, next time, it's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay. From what you explained now, yeah, it's an ad hoc committee. They have the right to say yes, granted, but not conceding that this falls under your mandate. But you need to look more into this area for more efficiency. That's why they are ad hoc, because they are rounding up their work and they are pushing, So, recommendation 5 carried, 6 carried, 7, 8, 9. I think that is the last. Leader, please move that the House reverse the plenary to report progress.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker and Mr. Chairman. I rise to move the House do reserve to plenary, and for the Speaker to report to the House the outcome of the deliberations at the Committee of the Whole. I so move.
Minority Leader, please.
Mr. Chairman, my dear colleagues, I rise to second the motion that the House do revert back to plenary to report progress. I so second.
Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The House revert to plenary to report progress. The House reverts to plenary to report progress from the Committee of the Whole. It is the Chairman's report that the House and Committee of the Whole consider the report on a bill for an act to provide a legal framework for the establishment of a training institution of the Nigerian police and for related matters, and approve clauses 1 to 8, clause 9 as amended, approve clauses 10 to 25, the schedules and the long title of the bill. There's a Chairman's report from the Committee of the Whole that the House and the Committee of the Whole considered the report of the Committee on Federal Road Safety Commission on a bill for an act to amend the Federal Road Safety Commission Establishment Act 2007 to bar the Federal Road Safety Commission with the responsibility for road traffic administration and safety, and resume consideration from clause 5 and further suspend that consideration for further legislative action. Okay, I'll look at it. There's the Chairman's report that the House and Committee of the Whole consider the report of the Committee on University Education on a bill for an act to provide for establishment of the Federal University of Technology, Badagry, Lagos State, and for related matters. Approve clauses 1 to 28, schedules, explanatory memorandum, and the long title of the bill. There is the Chairman's report from the Committee of the Whole. The committee considered a report on the ad hoc committee on the investigation of the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria and the FCT Muslim Pilgrims Welfare Board over the shoulder treatment of Nigerian pilgrims during the 2024 Hajj exercise, and approve recommendations 5.1 to 5.9 of the report. Leader, please move that the House do adopt the report of the Committee of the Whole as a working instrument of the Parliament.
Mr. Speaker, I rise to move that the House do adopt the reports from the Committee of the Whole as comprehensively rendered to the House as working documents of the House. I so move.
Minority Leader, please.
Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, I second the motion. I so second.
The whip is whipping.
Honorable members, you are distracting the speaker. Please, you are distracting the speaker. Please. Before I put the question, those in support of the motion that the House do adopt the report of the Committee of the Whole as a working instrument of the House, say aye. Those against, say nay. The ayes have it. The report of the Committee of the Whole is hereby adopted as a working instrument of the Parliament. I have an announcement to make. This to announce the death of the elder brother of Honorable Dennis Abo. The burial is slated. We have announced this before. It's slated for the 4th of April 2025 in his hometown, Enugu State. Leader, please move that the House adopt the vote and proceedings of today.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Professor Julius Ihanvere, on West Federal Constituency, Edo State. I rise to move that the House do adopt the votes and proceedings of today's plenary for record purposes and future use. I so move.
Minority Leader, please.
Mr. Speaker, I rise to second the motion as moved by the House Leader. I so second.
Those in support of the motion that the House do adopt the vote and proceedings of today as a working instrument of the Parliament, say aye. Those against, say nay. The ayes have it. The vote and proceedings of today's engagement in the Parliament is hereby approved. Leader, please can you move that the House do adjourn sitting till 29th of April 2025 to enable both our Muslim and Christian brothers engage in their expected religious vacations.
Mr. Speaker, I rise to move
Billy Anamobi, approach the chair. Billy Anamobi.
that the House do adjourn plenary till the 29th of next month.
The two Abada people.
I so move. We are adjourning only plenary. Committee work continues. Oversight continues. So we're only adjourning plenary till the 29th. Yeah, my house in Uzeba. You are welcome in Edo State.
Amobi and Billy, approach the chair. The chair is waiting for you.
Honorable Amobi, Honorable.
Please, Minority Leader, can you second?
Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, I rise to second the motion that we do adjourn plenary to 29th April 2025. I so second.
Those in support of the motion that be moved for the adjournment of the House from now to the 29th of April 2025, say aye. Those against, say nay. I'll ask again. Those in support that we do adjourn to 29th of April 2025, say aye. Those against, say nay. The nays will stay and keep the House warm, and the ayes will go home. We'll stay with our speaker because my speaker is in Umrah, and me, I'm going to Jerusalem. So the House is adjourned to 29th of April. See you then and have a wonderful, wonderful holidays. God bless you.